How's it going, everyone? It's Danny, and that's the wrong freaking intro. What is everyone? Welcome back to the Unbox with me, Danny. Today, I am back with another video, and today, you guys might remember a couple weeks ago where I reacted to that allergic to sweat video, and that it's not allergy. The whole I am breastfed at 16. It came from a channel called Share My Story. Now, I decided to go back to that YouTube channel, and I decided to react to two more of their videos. So yeah, on this first one is another allergy one. And it's called, get this, allergic to water. Yeah, allergic to water. Now, I find this funny because I made a joke about this during the allergic to sweat video. But apparently that video actually exists. Now hopefully it won't be like I predicted. Hopefully it won't be like a corny love story. But just push her allergy to the side. So stupid. But anyway, how about we just watch it and find out? Yeah, allergic to water. Shout out Share My Stories channel. They're releasing some. They made some ridiculous, awkward, but funny videos. That are obviously not true. And by the way, I decided since that video was pretty popular, 400 views. Again, not very big, but for me, since I'm a very small channel, it's pretty big to me. But yeah, 400 views. I decided to make like a whole series out of this, and I decided to call it Untrue Tuesdays, even though the one I filmed wasn't on a Tuesday. But Untrue Tuesdays just had a ring to it, you know. I had to react to two things in the same week: Untrue Tuesdays, Fridays. There you go. And maybe I'll react to something. To another thing that is catchy with the name of a random day of the week. But anyway, let's go ahead and start with this video. Allergic to water, you say? In 3, 2, 1, play.
Hey, I'm Lily, and this story is about my disgusting classmate Pablo.
Wait, why are we talking about Pablo? I thought the story was about you being allergic to water.
He always hit on me, saying things like, "Nice booty, come over to my house and we can party, just the two of us."
That's not hitting on, that's harassment.
Didn't matter how many times I told him to stop. He just got worse. And no one dared to stop him because his dad was a powerful politician. You see, I live in Honduras.
Okay.
And the government is very corrupt. If you stood up to Pablo, he might tell his dad, and you could be beaten up, or worse. When I was 17,
so it was a bitch in the beach.
I developed a water allergy. The doctors didn't know why, but whenever
just out of nowhere?
skin, it burns.
Why did you have a glass of water on your desk? If you never
not throw any water on me because I'd get badly.
Where are these allergies coming from?
Pablo didn't believe me. He laughed and sneered. Lily's just looking for an excuse not to shower. Then he dipped his finger into the water bucket next to the blackboard and splashed water in my face. I screamed, desperately trying to wipe the water off my face, but it was too late. A small rash came up on my skin and it was very painful.
What an evil little
He said I was only pretending and I'd scratched my face on purpose.
What? Just scratch my face? Okay, he's about to splash water on my face. How can I make it look like I'm allergic to water? Oh, I know. Come on, get rashy. Come on. Why isn't it working? What is up with this, bruh? This kid is so dumb. I swear. Low-key, this kid is so freaking stupid. He started splashing some water like you're a freaking toddler in a kiddie pool, and then her face started rashing up. And you're like, oh my god, that can't possibly be from water.
After class was over, another boy called Simon came to see if I was okay. Pablo's a jerk, he said. Sorry I didn't stand up to him. Nobody deserves to be treated like that.
Sorry you didn't.
Oh my god. I had a crush on Simon for years, and
oh my god!
He was cute.
I'm allergic to water, but I love Simon! Oh my god!
With him because he already had a girlfriend. 2 weeks later, our class took a trip to the beach.
Why would your school randomly decide to have go to the beach when you're allergic to water? Literally, one of the main things you do at the beach is swim. And you can't play in the sand either because the sand is mostly wet. People be getting in and out of the water with their wet bodies and feet, and they be dripping on the ground. What are the chances that you're not gonna start rashing up by walking over that beach, huh? Freaking stupid.
I couldn't go into the water because of my allergy, so I changed into my bikini and played volleyball.
What are they
with some
doing
of
in the
my
water?
friends. I just scored a point when Pablo came over.
Ooh.
How are you? He asked. I said fine. I really didn't want to talk to him after what he did in class. But then he said, I still think you're lying about your water allergy, so... He pulled a water pistol from behind his back.
He got the water pistol!
Within seconds, my
what a
scream came in, and I wanted to
douchebag!
scream, but I couldn't because I was struggling to breathe. The next thing I remember is waking up in a hospital. My mom was there and she told me I'd almost died. She stayed with me as long as she could, but she still had to work to support our family, so eventually she had to go.
Like, F
She came
this!
into my room after she'd gone.
I don't care about your allergy, I did mine 9 to
I
5.
wanted to scream at him to go away, but I was too weak, so I just glared at him. He said, I'm sorry, Lily. I really thought you were joking when you said you were allergic to water.
like, oh, here comes Simon with the water pistol. Better get scratched.
Anything I can do for you, let me know. That creep. Did he really think he could just say sorry and let his dad buy his way out of trouble?
Pretty much.
No way. I pressed the buzzer for the nurse and told her to throw Pablo out. But a couple hours later, Pablo snuck back into my room wearing a cheesy mustache. He brought roses and apologized over and over. It was kind of cute to see how
Hola, it is not me, Pablo. It is me, Pablo.
hard he was trying to say sorry. I let him stay, and we ended up watching La La Land on his laptop. I know it sounds stupid, but I started to think he wasn't that bad. When the movie was over, Pablo didn't go home. Instead, he slept on the floor next to my bed. He said he wanted to be near me in case something happened. He was like my shadow until the doctor said I
Dude
could
is
go home.
blown up like a
As we walked
baby.
out of the hospital together, he kissed me. And I kissed him back. Yes, he'd been a jerk. But people can change, right? Our first
guess.
weeks dating were awesome. We'd hang out at his house, and it was amazing. He had a tennis court, indoor swimming pool, even a private cinema. But slowly, his behavior changed.
Wow, you think this guy who was treating you like cow manure the whole time didn't believe you had a water allergy, and when he sprayed you with the water pistol, it's not that he actually felt sorry for you. It's that he felt bad for you. He wasn't actually sorry. He felt bad that you got hurt. And then when you think that he is, and then you start dating, and then BAM! This dude on this guy turns out to be an asshole. You deserve this.
He started to tell me what clothes to wear and who I could be friends with. Sometimes, he'd order
Come
me
to my house
just to send me
ASAP.
away again 25 minutes later.
Like,
going to
shoot,
let him treat me
shoot,
like
you
that.
go home now.
When
Shoot.
I told him I didn't feel respected, he laughed and said, I don't care how you feel. I promised my dad we'd get married.
Oh yeah,
You
but
get
this is not
mad
like
when people break their
it's not like
promises.
the women
I don't
are
wanna see my dad
people or
get
anything.
I asked, don't
That's
you want
silly.
to marry a normal girl who isn't allergic to water? You're always complaining that I smell bad because I can't take showers and have to use powder to clean myself.
Oh, that reminds
He
me of
said,
the
"You're the
sweat
girl I want.
girl. She has
If I
remind
can't
her.
have you,
Piper's
no one else
clean
will."
herself with powder.
So I stayed with him. I was afraid of what his father would do if I tried to break up with him. Pablo's behavior got worse though. He started cheating on me and he didn't care that I knew. But then I started going to university and everything changed. Guess who I met in the library?
Simon.
Simon.
Ah, see, I'm paying
He came
attention,
over to say
guys.
hi. His smile was cuter than ever, and all my feelings for him came flooding back. I asked if he was still with his girlfriend, and he said, no, we broke up some time ago. Wow, I felt like we sat together and talked for hours. We could have stayed there all night. But I got a text from Pablo demanding I go to see him. I hated saying goodbye to Simon. And while I was with Pablo,
What is that girl doing? This movie's so hilarious.
I confessed that I'd loved him for years, but was too scared to leave Pablo. Without saying a word, Simon pulled me to him and kissed me. I never wanted that kiss to end, but I pushed him away, saying, you'll be dead if Pablo finds out. I don't care, Simon replied. and kissed me
Ooh,
again.
rebel. Don't
We started
care.
dating in secret, and for a few months, I thought we'd get away with it. But one night Pablo asked me, I hear you're close friends with Simon from school. I gasped. What? No.
What?
He's just one of my classmates. I hardly know him. Pablo said, Carlos told me he saw you and him kissing.
Who?
I protested. Carlos is lying. But I could
Who's
tell Pablo
Carlos?
didn't believe me. You know what I have to do now, and it's all your fault, Pablo said. I started crying, begging him to leave Simon alone. But Pablo pushed me away and ordered 2 of his dad's security guards to go with him.
Bury the body.
I rang Simon
Throw her in
and
the
told him to
bathtub.
leave town or Pablo would come for him. Simon persuaded me to go with him, so we agreed to meet up at the city bus station. Before I left, I stole 2 small Inca statues from Pablo.
Yeah, might as well get your coin, girl.
So I thought it would help me and Simon to start a new life. When we met at the bus station, we fell into each other's arms, kissing passionately. I was so happy to see Simon alive. We took the next bus to Mexico. The whole journey, I worried about Pablo coming after us, but we arrived safely. It took a while, but we found someone willing to sell the statues for us, and got way more for them than I expected. We were able to buy ourselves a little house. It was a little apart.
You stole 2 Inca statues! You ain't about to get a baller house of that in Mexico? No way! Also, talk about your allergy! I don't want to hear about this, dude. I don't want to hear about how you ran away from your ex-boyfriend and ran away with your crush to some bullshit house in the middle of Mexico. No! I want to hear about your water allergy! Come on, now!
From Pablo's, but it was ours, and we were happy there. Although we weren't trying, I soon fell pregnant and gave birth to our son, Frank.
Jesus
Simon
Christ!
went out to work while I looked after the
Frank is huge! Y'all see that? Y'all see this
I
baby?
known it was too good to last.
Hold on. God damn! Frank is huge! Y'all see how big that baby is? Sheesh! Damn! What the hell? Alex, how are you?
Simon went out to work while I looked after the baby. Everything was perfect. But I should have known it was too good to last. One night,
oh God,
masked men broke into our house and took me with them, leaving Simon and Frank behind. They took me to a small private airstrip, and that's when I realized Pablo had tracked me down.
I'm sorry, guys. I just realized what the heck I'm watching right now. Okay. Okay, so let me just quickly recap what this whole video so far. So it started off with her talking about how this Pablo guy harassing her, but she didn't like him, and she also has a crush on this other dude named Simon. But that's not the title of the video tells you. The title of the video says allergic to water. I'm allergic to water. When I saw that, I was like, "Yo, for real?" I made that joke in the allergic to sweat video about making like an example of me saying allergic to water, and it just talks about her love story, and just talk about her allergy for like 2 seconds. Yeah, that is literally what's happening right now. She's talking about how I mean, yeah, sure. This whole thing started from her allergy. The Pablo jerk sprayed her on the chest with some water, and she ended up in the hospital. But then they started dating, and then this dude was being like an asshole, and so she ran away to Mexico with this dude named Simon. Like, what? Did anything that I just say make any type of sense? No! And yet it's all right here, before our eyes, before our pupils. God! This is ridiculous!
I cried the whole trip back to Honduras, terrified that something bad had happened to Simon and Frank.
These karate chop dudes?
As I left the plane,
why are they walking up to him like...
There with a big grin on his face. He came up to me and said, "How are you, sweetheart?" He tried to hug me, but I pushed him away screaming, "What have you done to Simon and my baby?" Instead of answering, he just smiled and told me to get into his car. I had no choice, so I did what I was told. When we arrived at his house, I immediately felt like a prisoner. Pablo said, "Now that we are finally reunited, I'm going to marry you as soon as possible. Let's say tomorrow. And before you think of saying no, remember, I know where your mom lives." I was devastated. My son and boyfriend were gone, and now I had to marry Pablo? As a sick joke, he invited my mom to our wedding.
Hey, Mom!
So happy
Wait! Go back!
She'd always been poor.
Hold on. Share my story. Why are you so lazy? Just animate a new design for a different house. You're using the same model house as the one they bought in Mexico! What is happening in this story? I'm gonna keep watching though.
No idea how miserable I was. The ceremony was weird. It was only me, Pablo, the pastor, and my mom. At the altar, I asked him, "Why me? Why not some other girl?" And he replied,
"Who isn't allergic to
the more
water?
You despise me, the more I want you." That was the.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. This video is not about allergic to water. It's about her lifetime.
I was allowed to go out sometimes as long as one of Pablo's bodyguards was with me. I'd drive in armored luxury SUVs to go shopping, but it felt wrong spending Pablo's money.
This whole video
so
disgusts me.
And I hated living in luxury while there were kids.
Like, this whole video is gross.
Of course,
stinks.
I also never forgot
Stinks of
Simon
filth.
and Frank. I promised myself I'd run away and find out what happened to them, to see if they were still alive. But then the worst thing happened.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Life?
Pablo got me pregnant. I was trapped. There was no way I'd leave my baby with Pablo. But if I took him with me, Pablo would hunt me down again. When I gave birth to my second son, Lucas, Pablo's dad started spending a lot of time with me and Lucas. As I got to know him, he seemed like a decent man, so I told him how Pablo was treating me. His reaction stunned me. He said, "My son's an idiot. He should know better than to treat a woman that way. I promise you, if you raise my grandson well so he's nothing like his father, I'll make sure he gets my full inheritance." Then he told Pablo never to lay a hand on me again. I was part of the family and deserved respect.
That's it? What? That's it? Okay. So after all the hell this girl went through, because she was so terrified of his father, until she eventually got to actually meet him, and she told him about all the things that Pablo did to her. All this dude is gonna do is be like, "Hey, you stop that! You stop it! You stop! That's a no-no! You can't treat women like that!" Like, that's it? Dude, smack this dude out of his chair, bro! Or smack him where he stands!
Pablo's dad gave me a house and the baby, as well as a monthly allowance.
Oh, dang.
It's not a bad life, and I love Lucas dearly. But I can't forget Simon and Frank.
Simon and Frank
I just
are
hope I
dead
see
for
them
all
again
you know.
one day.
Their bodies are buried somewhere or just left in a ditch and somewhere in Honduras right now. Oh my gosh, bro. The whole video was just so bizarre. I never want to watch it again. I'm not looking forward to editing this. But I did say we have 2 extra My Story videos to react to. So let's move on to the next one. Alright guys, so since the last video was pretty super friggin' whack, we're gonna move on to the next Share My Story video, and it's called "I Lost My Face." Now I don't know what you mean by that. I mean, in the thumbnail, it just had her peeling off her skin and, like, I guess revealing her bone or skull. I don't know, but let's go ahead and see what happened to this. In 3, 2, 1, play.
Hey, I'm Anika, and until the age of 17, I had a perfectly normal life. I was pretty, good in school, and in a happy relationship with my boyfriend Louis. Well, at least that's what I thought.
Oh!
Because one night, everything changed. I was on my way back home from ballet practice when a guy ran up to me and threw a bucket full of liquid on my face. At first, I thought it was
acid,
prank,
wasn't it?
but then my face started to burn
the whole acid thing that happened in the UK and the rest of Europe.
When I woke up again, everything was dark. I thought the lights were off, but something was different. My whole upper body was hurting, and when I touched my face, I couldn't feel my eyes or nose. My whole face felt like an old margarita pizza, and all I had left was my mouth to breathe through.
Why a margarita
pizza? I felt like I was trapped in a nightmare. No light, no face. I wanted to cry, but I had no eyes. So instead, I said, "Where am I? Where am I?" It was hard to speak without lips, but fortunately, my right ear still worked. So I heard my mom when she said, "You're alive. Oh, my love, what have they done to you?" She was crying
this is
and
actually
hugging
pretty
me.
cruel.
After she calmed down, she told me that someone had thrown acid in my face, and it had burned away my eyes, my nose, and lips. So it wasn't a nightmare. My face was really gone.
Why would you give your daughter a handheld mirror when she doesn't have eyes? Mom! Why would you do that? She clearly doesn't have any eyes. Why would you do that? She's adding insult to injury, Mom. Be more considerate. Bro, she gave her a mirror. That's like giving a deaf person AirPods.
But why would anyone do this to me? I'd always been a very friendly girl, and even when my classmates made fun of me, saying I wasn't smart, I never talked back. I just don't like conflict.
Good.
But my anger quickly turned to shame when my boyfriend came to my hospital bed. Even though I couldn't see.
Hold on, it's my cat. She's down in the room. Hold on. Here she is, guys. Say hello to Dior. Hi, Dior. Hi. Hi, my baby. Yeah, I was doing something before recording this tape for this second video, and I didn't see she died in my room. Oh, but she wants to leave though, so I'm gonna let her out real quick. Okay, I'm back. I just heard her meowing under my bed. Had to get her, and I was like, "Hey, how about I introduce her to y'all?" And then, but she wanted to leave, so I just let her out. Anyway, let's continue.
I knew how ugly I must have looked to him. He asked me, "How are you?" But it didn't even sound like he was worried about me. I could even hear a bit of disgust in his voice.
Oh.
It felt like he had only come to visit me because it was his duty as my boyfriend. Because after just a few minutes, he left again.
Oh.
I never felt so bad before, and this time, I was able to cry. I could feel that somewhere under my skin, tears were forming. The day the police came to visit me, they wanted me to describe what happened, and they asked if I had any enemies or if someone had threatened me. I told them I couldn't think of anyone. But 2 years earlier, one of my old classmates had threatened me, saying, "Be careful, or I'll throw acid on you."
No way she said that! You made that up!
Seriously,
There's no way she said that!
That girl had been
word
jealous
for
of me
word
because I was in a relationship with Lewis. I knew that in my city of London, acid
Avatar.
attacks were common within the black and Muslim community.
I told you,
But
I told you.
I'm 100% white.
I know my
parents
news.
are of Irish descent. After a month of
Okay.
investigation, the police found out what happened. They figured out that my old classmate who had threatened me 2 years before had an affair with my boyfriend Lewis behind my back. But because he didn't want to break up with me, she paid her cousin £200 to throw acid in my face. The police found the exact same acid that was thrown
The acid
on me
was
on her
still
cousin's
there?
clothes.
Oh my
The
gosh.
police also took GPS
You are
data from
capital
his
D
phone that
dumb.
showed he was very close to me on the night of the accident. The trial went on for several months. When the cousin was asked if he wanted to apologize to me, he started crying and said he was so sorry. But you could hear in his voice that he was only acting. He came up with one excuse after the other for why he'd thrown acid on me. He even said his parents had never loved him, and he
Oh
needed
my
the
God.
£200
Shut up,
his
boy.
cousin gave him to pay off his debts. Listening to his excuses disgusted me. And even
For
the
real.
judge told him to shut up because no one wanted to hear his lies anymore.
Yeah, shut up, big
In the
boy.
end, both of them got 20-year prison sentences. But to be honest, I'm not sure if that's fair considering they've ruined my face for the rest of my life.
Oh yeah.
And if they behave well in prison, they might get out much earlier. I recently visited my former classmate in prison.
It's true.
One who had ordered the acid attack. Of course, it was weird meeting her. I had no eyes to look at her directly, so all we could do was talk. I asked why she had done it, and she explained that she had always envied my beauty. She said it broke her heart when me and Lewis became a couple, and the only way to take him away from me was to destroy my beauty. At last, I asked her if she
Reminds
regretted
me
what
of-
she had done, and
Of
she immediately
Yonder
said
Simulator.
yes, because now she would have to spend the best years of her life inside prison. That's when I realized that some people truly only care about themselves. She didn't apologize or anything. She only regretted being caught for her crime.
That's
I gotta
horrible.
Be honest, I still sometimes get angry about what happened to me. It was such a senseless crime where everybody involved
Because you
lost.
deserve to.
The hardest part is that I'll probably never find another boyfriend. After what happened to my face, my now ex-boyfriend Lewis cut off all contact with me. And I gotta admit that this hurt even more than the acid attack. But it won't stop me from living a
Wow.
good life. My parents recently bought me a guide dog, and to be honest, I like him even more than I liked my ex-boyfriend. And even without a boyfriend, I can
an
still get
understatement.
pregnant using a sperm donor and have my own kids. I just hope that in a few decades, technology will advance far enough that my doctors can fix my eyes and face again. But luckily, there are many jobs for blind people like me. Right now, I'm working as a call center agent during the day, and I've also started practicing DJing
A
as a new
blind
hobby.
DJ?
I guess all
You
of us
are
face
that.
tragedies and evil in our lives. And even though it wasn't my fault that someone threw acid in my face, it would be my fault if I let it make me become bitter and resentful. That's why I'm not calling for retribution, but for more police and harsher punishments to prevent this senseless violence. Because right now, acid attacks here in the UK are on the rise, and some of the victims are less than 10 years old. Thank you for listening to my story, and let me know in the comments how you would deal with losing your face and becoming blind.
Oh, what a beautiful message! I love that so much. Yo, she was all she was talking about how her daughter face messed up by acid, which was real thing back in the UK and Europe. And instead of just keep going on and on and on and on about this backstory like the last one, she kept it solid. All she did was talk about her face, and not to mention on the plus, she talked about about real world violence and how that needs to stop. And I love that. I love that so much. Props to you, Share My Story. Guys, please subscribe to Share My Story because they are posting both wholesome and awkward stories at the same time. Like, I love on this one so much. She talked about her face missing. She talked about the real world violence, and instead of just going on and on and on, like the last story about how she's allergic to water, but also just the whole time just talking about this Pablo guy, the Simon guy, and 2 kids that we don't give a shit about. But yeah, that is Share My Story for y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed this, I guess, first episode of Untrue Tuesdays. That's right. I'm gonna be reacting to Share My Story or other true story animated stories every Tuesday. Currently Friday and Fridays where I react to scary videos every Friday. And hopefully I can get it right this time. Probably not because of homework. But anyway, again, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to give it a like, subscribe, comment down below what you thought. Make sure to add that with hashtag Happy New Year's. You'll be shouted out in the next video. If you want to be notified every time I upload a new video, make sure to click the bell notification. And that should do it. Oh yeah, guys. Let's see if we need to get 4 likes in this video. That would be awesome, guys. With all that being said, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Deuces.